So beautiful to meet with you like this singing. I think it's too complicated. So great to laugh with you. Really, in these times of indescribable times, how great to meet together and laugh and proclaim what is true, that we are all one, whether we like aspects of ourselves or not, or whether aspects of ourselves threaten the whole or not. We are one. So how will we deal with that? How will we meet that? Well, that's a challenge of a lifetime. And I don't have any easy answers, so I meet with you one-on-one as you feel called to represent all. Okay? So, are there any questions? So willing to laugh. It's great. That's the secret. Hi. Yeah. Oh. Yes. I'm so happy to meet with you.
It's all perfect.
Yeah, it is all perfect.
The first time I laid eyes on you, I knew the last time that you came, it was becoming clear that I wasn't going to be able to ask my question. And so this time, I was very clear.
Welcome.
Yes. Thank you. I find myself in a place where I know my purpose. However, self-doubt creeps into my brain quite a bit. And so I'm wondering if you could speak to me, to us, a little bit about self-doubt.
Well, what do you mean when you say self-doubt? What is self that is being doubted?
I know in my heart my purpose of what to do,
And
to
do you
be a
doubt
teacher.
that?
When I'm in the moment, I'm very clear.
Great. So then the next moment when something arises to challenge that or deny that, where do you find the clarity?
The clarity gets lost really quick right
Of
here.
Of course, she says the clarity gets lost really quickly up here. And that's right. So you won't find clarity up there. You may find agreement or disagreement. But clarity is always here in the willingness to stop following any thought in a particular moment, to take a moment to be still. This moment. What do you experience?
My connection to you, my connection to your words. And as the clarity is coming, not here, but it's coming straight to my heart.
That's right. We have this enormous, beautiful, and sometimes horrendous power of thinking. I'm never against that power. But that power is so easily co-opted and misused and misunderstood that we overlook this presence of clarity that cannot be owned by any thought or disowned by any thought. So it's so utterly simple that we reach for the complication. We've been trained that way. That's what our schools are. And really, there's nothing wrong with that unless we overlook this spaciousness of unthought being. And then it's a lot of problem everywhere. So what are you experiencing?
Knowing.
Huh.
All knowing, simple knowing,
It's beautiful.
clarity.
It moves you. Yes, it's moving. It's always here. I guarantee that. When my teacher guaranteed that, I have to say I didn't quite believe him. You can't believe it until you experience it, until you test it. And it will be challenged. It must be challenged. Because it's not finally a matter of belief. It's a matter of reality. What is always here? What comes and goes, and what is always here?
Wow.
Wow, yes, wow. That's right.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Thank
simple. Really, it's so simple. But we have been trained, and we sometimes like complication. Because
This likes
there's much to be learned in complication. And that's beautiful, unless it overlooks this simplicity of open beingness. That's who you are. All the rest you have learned, or you have practiced, or you have developed, or you have worked on, or taken feedback about, that remains in the core of your being. We call it the heart, but it's not the beating heart or the romantic heart. It's the heart as the center. Because, of course, emotions come and go, and thoughts come and go, as they should, and as they do. They're made that way. But this is always here. That's the simplicity and the challenge. So beautiful. Can you see her? Oh, yeah. Can you see her? Thank you.
I am complete.
Yes, you are. What a surprise.
Thank you for your teachings, teachings.
Yes.
I'd like to share a love story. My wife was diagnosed with cancer on December 17th, and then passed away on, Sarah is her name, and passed away on January 14th. So within, 1 quick month. Upon the diagnosis, she calls me and says, "Babe, I got, lesions in my liver and a large tumor in my colon." And I said, "Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry." And then I said, "God, I need you more than ever. Don't let me wander. Help me go into a place of acceptance." And my wife had the same prayer. And that place of acceptance was available through the whole journey, and, the journey that continues. About 2 weeks before she passed, we were out for a walk, and I read this thing to her, and it said, "Today I am just enveloped in the peace of God, and there's only God's love." And she said, "Sweetie, I've been there for 3 days." I said, "Beautiful." 2 days before she passed, she said, "I don't know how much longer I can go." And I said, "How's the spiritual, emotional part going?" She said, "Good, good." I said, "So is it just the pain?" She didn't slap me for saying just. She said, "Yes." I said, "Well, we have to sign paperwork with the lawyers in 2 days, and there's like 80 people coming to pray and chant. And but if you got to go ahead and go." And she was there for the next 2 days and got wheeled out, and she prayed. She came illuminated upon the words of Mahadevi Shambhu, the divine, elegant, beautiful, feminine radiance just came shining through. She was able to say prayers, hear prayers. Kids sang Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. It's a glorious love story. And during that unfoldment, and then the next day she passed at 8:30 in bed. The parting gift is there's an okayness that I never could have fathomed. It's so big, right? Where sorrow and joy are so intertwined. And it's just beauty, right? And it doesn't mean that I haven't gotten up at 1:30 in the morning, right? With grief, with terror. But it means I've been gifted the tools, the grace to be like, okay, no one's sawing my leg off more. And stop and not resist. God, I'm powerless. Please help me. And just come back to that silence. It's so sweet. The greatest grace in this lifetime is that I've tasted that silence. And it's there. It's accessible.
It's your own self.
Your own self. Yeah, nothing. The one self.
The one self.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a love story to that.
It is a love story. Mm-hmm.
Thank you for including all of us in that.
Thank you.
Reverberation of that, yes.
Great to see you.
Hi.
Hi. I've been on an awake path since I was 25, so a long time. But I'm astonished at how there are things that I haven't seen. And all of a sudden it's like, oh my God. I've held the story for a long time that my father was the prince. He was the one that adored me. He's the one that held steady. My mom didn't have it much to give. But about 3 weeks ago, somebody said something, and I realized I was looking at her only with an eye on what did she give me or did not give me. I wasn't looking at her for what she was facing, what she was dealing with. She did the best she can. She was looking at it that way. I was like, wow, how'd you even keep walking? So I don't judge myself for not seeing, but it is a little astonishing because it's a very different look. And it's an access way to compassion because it's not personal. It's not personal at all. So I'm just in the midst of that rock landing in the lake and cascading out. And I think the implications are large, more than I'm...
They're huge. Well, for one thing, she actually gave you a gift.
Yeah.
In not giving you what you wanted.
Yeah.
I have no idea what her intention, if she had intentions or not, were, but for you,
Yeah.
in this reflection,
Yeah.
it's a true gift.
As a teacher, as part of my, as a key player in my... Is that what you mean?
I mean, as your mother.
Yeah.
I remember once I called up my mother on a Mother's Day, years after I had left home and years after I had really gotten over my relationship with her. And I thought, it's Mother's Day, I'll just lie to her. And I said, Mama, you are a great mama, really. And the minute I said it, I realized she certainly wasn't a great mother by great mother standards.
Yeah.
But how perfect for me to have that rock, that grit, and how perfect to let it go, to see the gift of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, interestingly is that now I've got all these memories coming of the things she did out of purity and delight and devotion and honor. But they didn't fit the other narrative.
That's the true insight, isn't it? So that's why the invitation is to give up the narrative
Yeah.
and see what's really here.
I didn't even know I had it.
Yes.
I just thought that's the way it was.
Yeah.
Versus I'd taken a snapshot from one angle in the room. That was not the whole room. And I'm still just bowled away. It's
Yes.
like, well, that's probably not the only relationship where this is happening. Maybe. Maybe.
Worth considering. Beautiful.
So,
It's great. Well, it's a liberation.
Yeah, it is. It is. Because I don't feel like I'm like, wow, do I wish that she was around so I could reflect back to her from here? I do. She's gone.
But there are plenty of us left.
Well, I've even been visiting her and visiting our, that's just, it's I don't know. So, I think of Wizard of Oz, and I think of it was, Glinda and the Wicked West, Wicked Witch of the East, and these stories, I didn't know it was there. Yeah, wow. So it's nice to share it with you.
Yes, you saw through the magic of the story.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's liberation.
Yeah, it is. It's very liberating for me. Yeah. Even though I'm horrified that I could have seen it in such a limited way, it's like, but I'm not seeing it in that way now.
That's right. And, recognizing the horror of that is really useful unless that becomes its own trap.
Mm-hmm. Right. So I'm not courting that.
Yes, good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for hearing me. Okay.
I'm happy.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's a gift to everyone.
Yeah.
It's your gift for sure, but it's then your gift for all. I saw reactions as you were telling that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, over there. You mean, am I starting to? No, it's fine. I think it's actually easier. Oh, nice dress.
Howdy.
Hi.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you also.
My name is Josh,
Josh.
or my Irish name is Yosua.
Joshua. Nice.
And I was inspired to come up here, especially after the last share, because what I feel called to share, and maybe if you can help shed some light, is regarding my dearest mother as well. Currently, we share a home here in town on Holly Street in the Jessel House, which Susie Jane Jessel is a healer who lived here in the middle of the 20th century, and so her spirit still fills the home. She's a homie. She's cool. But yeah, so it's been really curious. I moved here August of 2024 to start massage school. And then she came a month after, because this was when I was still in the recovery from long COVID and needed all the support I could get. I wasn't able to have a steady job to afford rent, especially with tuition loan payments. So out of the kindness of her heart, she moved. She knew she wanted to get out of Florida for a lot of reasons, but she was deciding between...
So let's cut to the chase.
Okay, thank you. She was deciding between DC and here, so she decided to come here to support me. And I'm so grateful for that. I would be homeless and or dead if not for her.
Do you have a question?
Yes.
Yes, let's go there.
So that's the context. And so there's a lot of love for her and care, and yet she troubles me deeply. And I perceive that she often does not lead with curiosity. She judges me based on wearing a dress, for example. She judges me for doing things.
You can expect that.
I know. Exactly.
Okay.
So it's like, how do you hold such deep love and reverence for someone who birthed you?
What do you want?
I want peace in our home. And
where will you find that?
in my heart?
Yeah. Very simple, very direct.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get there to here.
Pretty quick.
Yeah. That's where the answer is.
And
Isn't it?
I love that.
Check and see.
It's there, yeah.
Yeah. And is the answer there?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Excellent.
Oh, and lastly, my mom is traveling, and so sending blessings and safe travels to her.
Thank you. Thank you. It's 12 o'clock. Oh, okay. No, that's right. We have. Okay.
Hi, my name is Victoria,
Hi, Victoria.
and I've never met you or heard your teachings, although I've been in New Thought since I was 4 years old. I'm a reverend and of CSL, and I've been healed many, many times. And when I came here, I didn't have a question. I just was called to come. The last minute, I just looked on Unity for somebody else to refer here and saw you and then shared it with a friend, and she said it was today. So I'm like, I'm coming, even though I'm going to Camelot afterwards. But I didn't have a question, but I've been sitting here and listening to the talk about mothers. My mother has passed, and my family, all my family of origin have passed, and a lot of my friends have aged. And I feel like I'm facing a crossroads in my next step in life as being a teacher, a minister, all these things. I minister to veterans, counsel veterans. I just am fighting the aging thing, I think.
The aging thing?
Yeah, the aging thing, like watching my friends age and watching...
You mean the dying thing?
You know, I never had a fear of dying, ever.
But aging proves it's real.
Yes. Yes, I mean, and then wondering, like, if I'm done, because I've done so much. You know, I'm a light worker. I've done so much, but I don't know what to keep doing or where to go.
What if you stop?
Huh?
What if you stop? Just for a moment, this moment.
Yeah.
Just stop doing anything, or
like
stop.
coming to be fed.
Or stop. In this moment, this moment you don't need anything.
Right.
That's when
I
you
just-
have the opportunity to really stop.
Yeah.
It's not about the future and being fed, or the future and having a job, or not having.
Right. I know I teach being, I teach heart, I teach all of
But
it.
I'm not teaching anything, honestly. I have an invitation to you that my teacher gave to me and asked me to bring to you. And that's, will you take this moment and absolutely be still? Effortlessly. Because really when you examine it, you will see it takes effort, the slightest effort, an effort that we are very adept at and used to follow one thought. So to stay conscious, because we do this every night when we go to sleep, of course, but to stay conscious and just stop. And what's here when you stop, when this dialogue stops, or this monologue stops?
Peace.
Peace. But the way you say that, peace, it's like, oh, that old peace? What is freshly here? Because it's only fresh. That's what counts. The old stuff is already rotten, like all of us. Yeah. What?
It's so simple, like you say.
It's so simple. That's the challenge, of course. We can't believe what is so simple.
All this learning and studying and
Yeah.
and and following gurus, and that is no, I mean, I've heard of you from way back when, and
Well, it's beautiful, you know, the
Yeah.
learning. I love learning.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, and I love
teaching, learning.
engaging my mind
Yeah.
and reading and even some good arguments. That's all really good.
Right.
It's just that there's something deeper that in our infatuation with all of that, we overlook, tragically overlook. It's here. I'm not asking you to generate something. I'm asking you to discover what is always here. And the only way that can be discovered is to take an instant out of your time. How long did this take? An instant. To just stop describing or reaching or concluding or wishing or imagining, just to stop, very simply. Just as you do when you drop off to sleep, but you stay awake in this stopping. Yes, it serves you. Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.
I appreciated when you began saying something about the challenge of accepting different aspects of ourselves. And
Internal and external, I said.
And I would really appreciate you saying more about that.
I'm just like you. I can say that. I'm a human being. I'm not an ascended master. I have deep opinions and agitation and anger and fear and sorrow and grief. And always there's this that is free, that has plenty of room for all of that. But when you take a moment, as we have here, and you sing these songs and you listen to Kathy's voice and you let it penetrate, or you open to ask a question, there's a possibility to see that regardless of horror even, true horror, I mean, many people in this very moment in our country are experiencing true horror. But each of us in this room has an exquisite privilege that may come, definitely. Certainly it comes as death, but it may come before death as destruction. But this moment before that, to find out what is untouched, was untouched in your history, is untouched in this moment, and is radiant truth of who one is. And then you can explore, where's the limit to that? I know there are aspects of yourself or your body or your loved ones that you don't like, but you know that there's something that keeps you alive that you do like, you love. And we have a difficult time applying that to those who are causing destruction. It's difficult, it's a task. But it's a task that's holy. It doesn't mean you don't stop working for the destruction to be stopped. It means perhaps you have much more energy to work for that because it's not being drained by your self-hatred. Because it's all finally self-hatred. Rightly or wrongly, without judgment even of that hatred. So the question is, what do you want? What do you want for yourself? What do you want in this moment? What do you want for your world? What do you want for the cosmos? And where will you find that?
More love.
More love. Yeah. Have you found the limit to the love that you've discovered?
Limitless.
That's right. That's right. And there's an invitation that all being experience that love. Be healed by that love. Recognize that love in all other being. It's a bodhisattva vow. The bodhisattva vow, it doesn't have any hope of it actually coming true. Nevertheless, your whole life is given to that.
Thank you.
Yes, give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Thank you. And when I'm speaking of love and finding love for even those aspects of ourselves as individuals or as a collective, I'm not speaking of being happy. You can be quite upset and still find this. And this beautiful man who talked about his wife's death, how beautiful that was. It doesn't mean you were happy about that, but deeper than happiness or dismay or anger or fear is this radiance. But we are so habituated to following the happy or the anger or the despair or the fear that we overlook it. So my invitation to you is to just take a moment and stop overlooking, stop following anything, any emotion, any thought, any idea, any impulse. Just be still for a moment and tell the truth. What is here? Very simple. And what is here that is always here, regardless of the waves of emotion or judgment or events. Yes.
Sort of in relation to the recognition of the turmoil in the world, it feels as if a major feeding factor to that is identifying with identity itself, where through one lens, in the realm of name, form, and function, it's necessary. Me, you, this is a chair. But when we become identified with identity, a separation happens. If I am this, then you are not that. Mandukya Upanishad comes through. That which is aware of the waker's world, the dreamer's world, the deep sleeper. So in a practical sense, which I feel is the underlying end product of Vedanta, to actually embody and not just stay theoretical. How can we?
How? You tell me how. How is it possible to have recognized this, to accept this, to know this? That means somehow you have found this. Mm-hmm. How is it possible to live this freely? I'm not suggesting you become a monk and chant it all day. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That works for any number of people, but it hasn't worked for you because you're here. So as a regular human being, how is it possible to be true to the truth?
To be.
Yes. Well, first of all, the first and maybe the only requirement is to tell the truth when you aren't being true to the truth. And if you tell the truth when you aren't being true to the truth with a slap or a bang, you won't tell the truth much longer. Because we're not stupid. We are animals, but we're not stupid. We learn to put the yoke on rather than being hit. So to tell the truth openly, to confess, this must be what confession is all about, to confess to yourself without punishment, retribution, without the threat of hell. Very simple, right?
That's all it is.
Yes, you know this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
It's good to be here with
Likewise.
you. I'm just curious if you would share how you navigate these times of great distress. Many of my friends who are activists are so distraught they can barely function.
That's the key.
I find myself like sitting at the bottom of the ocean, getting stiller. And maybe part of me is numb, because every day we hear what's happening in this country. And for me, my mantra is no war in the head, just getting stiller and stiller, watching it all unfold, waiting for a moment when action makes sense. I'm just curious how you navigate these times.
That sounds really good. You mean what role do I play in these times? Or should you play, or will you play?
How you manage being in this time we live in that can
Well, I
really...
realized something yesterday, or past couple of days, in that I manage, I read the news, I feel the gut punch, I see the suffering. I'm directly related to some people who are terrified to even come out of their house because of the color of their skin. And I also know that there are people who have been dealing with this all their lives, that it's not new to them. It's new to us. And it's a way we can actually recognize what has been going on for a number of people all their lives. But I watched a TV series that had won an Emmy. And I like emergency room stuff, so I thought, well, I'll watch it. It's The Pit. It's incredible. It's very bloody, but it's really an incredible thing. But I found myself sobbing in it. Just really sobbing, like, whoa, what is that? And when I examined it, certainly it was the empathy for what was happening, but more than that, it was the dedication of these emergency room doctors. And this was one day, and the whole series was one day in an emergency, is one day in an emergency room. 24 hours. And it really what arose is, how can I support them? Because they're on the front lines, and I'm not on the front lines. I'm back here talking to you. But I recognize in what you're saying, that I'm not going to go train. It's too late for me to train to be an emergency room. I'm not going to do that. But what can I do? What can each of us do? That has to be a discovery. And my discovery could be totally different from yours, and yours is equally valid. Because we don't really have instruction for this, unless we happen to be brown or black skinned. And then we have a whole life of history of this. So where will you find it? Where will I find it? Where will each of us find? How can we actually contribute to harmony and love rather than hatred and disharmony? We've had different formulas, but they just collapse finally. And maybe it's not controllable. Maybe it empires, nations have fallen throughout time. Maybe this is a Caesar moment. It's possible it happened. Why would we be different? So how will we handle that? How will we live? We have choices. We can live in denial. We can stop reading about it. We can stop knowing about it. Or we can live in participation like the front lines, the emergency room doctors, the peace workers who are there every day. And what is it for you? How could I know what it is for you? What it is for me? I'm just beginning to discover that. I know that there are people who need your help. And they're your neighbors quite often who need your help. And you can stay open for discovering who needs help, who needs somebody to go grocery shopping for them because they're afraid that ICE will pick them out. We're surrounded by people who need our help.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I talked to you last time you were here.
I remember your face.
And the subject's about the same. And that is that, well, I'm very touched this morning because I realize how much time I spend in my head.
Yes, it's
and not in
shocking.
my heart. And it's like,
Just make it a musical comedy or something. Oh, how much time I spend in my head.
good. That's good. This is good. Yeah. However, what happened about 6 months ago is that I went to a farm meeting, and I learned that 70% of our food in this valley is trucked in. And then I heard other things about farming and older farmers selling their land, and I just went, this isn't right. I was astonished. And so listening to the whole thing, as I walked out of the building, right out of my heart came the message, I can buy a farm, truly. And I did.
That's great.
And I don't know anything about farming, but I do know a little bit about people, and so I've got some great people working with me. But there's two things. One is that I'm a bit disturbed because it's more work than I've done for a long time. And I'm finding myself complaining somewhat, and I don't want to do that. And it's because it's in my head, and I'm not meditating like I used to. So anyway, that's a piece.
But you know to get help. You just said that.
I do.
You get more help.
Absolutely.
Plenty of people need that.
But everybody I get help from, I got to talk to, and it takes time.
Get somebody to help you do that. An executive director.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. Anyway, but what I really want to share with you is that 25 years ago, and this is what I said previously when you were here, is that I sat with you when you were in Strawberry Village in California, and the message was what you just said, just be still. So there were like 200 of us meditating, and I heard just be still. And I went, oh, still. My heart's so still. Oh. And I was looking for a new name at the time. and I went, Still Heart. Oh, that's a good name. Oh. So I changed my name for 3 years. I used the name Still Heart. And I also bought I started a retreat center, spiritual retreat center, and I named it Still Heart. And then I sold that about 10 years ago, about 10 years ago I sold it. I had it for 10 years. Anyway, so this property, I'm going, what should we name it? So it is named Stillheart Farm. Yeah, and what came from me is not, I can buy a farm, but I can grow food. I can grow organic food, and I can be a part of that. So anyway, thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
glad
you.
you're using your life like that.
Thank you.
Your
Yeah.
life force, your bounty.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you. And the farm is located on Siskiyou Boulevard, about 4 miles from here. Just go up Siskiyou. And it's right next to Weisinger Winery, if you know that. Yeah. Yeah, so it's just starting, it's like, but it will have, anyway. We don't have, there's a 6,000 or 9,000 foot building there, and I saw it and I said, oh my gosh, this can be a greenhouse. So it was previously a place for their children to play soccer. So we took out all the AstroTurf and put concrete in. And we've got the boxes ready to go, and we've got lights hung that mimic the sun. But they come from China, and there's a part of it where you need to sometimes dim the lights and sometimes bring them down to a different spectrum. And we don't have that part, and we can't find it anyplace here. And so we have to wait for China to fill their container, and then it will come. So
And the Chinese too will benefit from this.
they will. but what I'm looking for is we can't wait. And so there's somebody here in the valley, somebody knows somebody who's smart electronics, and they can put it together, and we'll build it. So that's it. But anyway, thank you, Gangaji.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing it here. Concrete. See, already. She's been farming for 45 years, so that's great. Yeah. Yes. Like 2 minutes. Okay, we're good.
Hi. I had a question pop up in the very beginning, and my mind kept dismissing it. And some other part of my mind kept saying, oh, I really just want to go up there and sit.
Oh, yes. It's fine. Yeah, you don't need to generate a question.
So
You just sit and you discover the answer. Really.
yeah. So I've first got introduced to you sometime in, 2006, 2007. A dear friend who said, come watch this with me. And just want to share, I love you. We all love you so much, right? And sometimes we think we know, and mind dismisses, don't ask that question, you know the answer. And yet, sometimes it just gets lonely.
It just gets lonely, yes.
Yeah.
And if you let it just get lonely, just for a moment, you don't fight the loneliness or fix it or tell a story about why it shouldn't be there, who caused it. You just really directly experience loneliness. How big is loneliness then? How deep is it?
It was
Yeah.
really deep, and then it just disappeared.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's the nature of inquiry, direct inquiry. So our emotions are not our thoughts, clearly, but our thoughts support our emotions in either agreeing with them or disagreeing with them. So loneliness is normally a state, an emotional state that we think we don't want. Not good, bad, fix it. Come up there and ask the teacher and she'll fix it. But really, what my teaching is, or what my teacher's teaching is to stop for a moment and experience whatever you are experiencing without having to delineate it or measure it or decide if it's good or bad or should or shouldn't be there or who's the cause. Just to stop, to open. That's inquiry. Inquiry is opening. Opening the mind. So you open to this loneliness. And it's liberated. It's the loneliness that gets liberated. It's the hungry ghost loneliness that's come to you for liberation in that moment. That heard you are a possible person who would open to it rather than run from it or hate it or stone it. That doesn't mean indulge it. It just means open. Very simple. And you see, you have to come up here and show everybody this look. Because this is it's the face of loneliness in case.
Question, even though part of me says you know the answer.
You can't.
I can't? Okay, I won't.
Well, before you, because of course you can, but before you ask it, just discover where is the answer. It's exactly where I'm going to point you. It's already there. I'm not telling you anything that you may not know it, but it doesn't mean you don't have it.
Which is exactly what that part said anyway. So
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you.
Yeah.
This will take just a minute. If for me it was nice to hear that you get angry and sad and lonely.
Hysterical.
It reminds me of the time in first grade when I learned the nuns went to the bathroom.
What joy. Yes, just like you. Yes, just like you. Just like you. That's the truth of it all, really. Alive in you as you check and see. Thank you, Kathy. Thank all of you so much.